Hello, nonprofit leaders. Today, I want to talk about how to inspire your donors to take action. This topic is especially important right now, as I know many of you are thinking about how do we either recover funding that we've lost from federal grants, if you're in that position, or you're just worried and you want to shore up your ability to have enough funds to make it into the future, whatever that future is for your organization. So, in another time, we can talk about how to bring in new donors, but this is how to talk to people who you have some level of relationship with, right? Asking people or inspiring people to take action who you don't know yet, who you haven't met yet. You need to get to know them a little. You need to form a little bit of a relationship with them before you should ask them. So this is for your existing donors and as well your existing list of people who know you. So people who already are on your email list, people who are already following you on social media and engaging with you to a certain extent. First of all, I just want to frame up this thinking with what do donors want? Donors want to be part of the journey that your nonprofit takes in solving the problem. They want to be able to say, I helped make that happen. I was a part of achieving that, or I am a part of making that happen, right? It doesn't have to be something that it was in the past, right? In the moment they're giving, it's, I'm going to be a part of that. And then later on, they get to say, I was a part of that. The other thing I want you to remember in thinking about engaging and inspiring donors to take action is that you asking them for a gift is you giving them a really nice opportunity to be a part of the journey, right? So imagine a friend of yours is having a party. They're a good friend, but they didn't invite you. Do you go anyway? You might have to think for a little bit. Do I go anyway? Now imagine the same good friend is having a party and invites you. You're going to go, right? So the ask is the invitation to the party. So if you've ever felt uncomfortable about making an ask, just think about it's an invitation to the party and how uncomfortable you make people feel if you don't invite them. So think of your asks as an invitation. All right, here is my top secret, super special formula on how to inspire people to take action. You've heard this before. Telling a story makes a difference. Telling stories gets people emotionally engaged. And I'm going to give you my template for how to do it. I'm going to teach it to you right now. If you would like the actual template, I don't think I have it as a quick download, but I'd be willing to share it with you if you reach out by email, or I may provide a link, or you can message me or leave a message in the comments if you're interested, and I'll try to set that up. All right, here is the template. And if you're new to this, which means if you're watching this, you should follow the template as closely as possible. Don't get creative until you have used this a bunch of times. All right, part one. And for those of you on video, I have my flashcards here. You say, did you know? And then you add a fact about the big picture of your issue. So let's say your issue, you're a domestic violence support organization, right? So the issue is domestic violence, or maybe you're an animal rescue organization. The issue is animals needing rescue or animals' well-being. Maybe you are a healthcare organization, right? So the issue is around whatever part of healthcare you focus on. So you start with, did you know, and add a fun fact about the big picture. Did you know I'm going to make up some numbers. 1 out of 10 um, people in a relationship is a victim of domestic violence. Whatever fact there is that is interesting, that is surprising, that is compelling. This fact will grab people's attention, and it's really important that it's phrased as a question, because questions get our brain. It's really hard not to answer a question. Like if I say, "What color shirt are you wearing?" You really can't not answer that question, at least in your head, or at least you start to answer it. It's very compelling to our brains when we're asked a question. So that makes a great, what we call in marketing terms, hook. Ask a question. Did you know? And then share a fact about the big picture that is intriguing or shocking. Okay, next sentence is going to be, I'll never forget, and then fill in a vivid example of the problem. So I'll never forget the first time I saw a homeless person on the street. So if you're the executive director, you share your I'll never forget story. If you're writing one of these to come from a board member, this is where you customize it. You have them, or a staff member, you have them fill in their own personal I'll never forget, whoever this is the author of this story. So I will never forget the first time I gave blood. I will never forget, and then share the details, right? Or I'll tell you a true story. I'll never forget the first time I went to give blood, and I was turned away because I had spent more than 3 months in Africa. Right? So there's beginning to get at a problem of people who are not allowed to give blood. So the more details, the better, without writing a novel, right? What did it smell like? What did it sound like? What did it feel like? All right, next sentence. You're going to say, but it doesn't have to be like that. And that's when you share your organization's core belief. If you don't have a core belief, let me know. We'll talk about how to get a core belief later, but it is something that your organization believes in that is behind your mission, right? So your mission might be to end homelessness, and your core belief might be that no one should ever have to experience homelessness. Okay, after you share your core belief, next thing you're going to do is say, and this is written or verbal, right? So when I say, you write it or you say it. And that's why we're on a mission too. And then share your mission. Hopefully you have a unique and compelling mission. If you don't, there's some extra homework for you. Step 5 of 7 total, by the way, is now you're going to say, we're planning to, and then summarize your big plan. So in normal times, you can always use this to summarize your big vision for your organization, but you can also use it kind of like a campaign. So we're planning to raise $100,000 in the next 3 months to start a fund, an emergency fund, or anything like that. All right. Part 6 is, and then you say, and now, come on, camera, focus. And we are looking for people like you to help make this plan a reality. That one's easy, right? So that's the call to action. And then step 7, so that, and you're going to give an example of the problem that you shared, and then you're going to give the dream result so that people who are sleeping homeless on the street can get stable housing that they can live in until they are fully back on their feet and can afford a job. That is the template. That is what I call the impact story script. Use it. Do not change things. And I will see you next time. If you want to actually, let me just add one more thing. If you want to work with me one-on-one to develop your impact story script, please reach out. You can email me, sarah@pivotground.com, and I will see you next time. And there's my dog. Bye. And my child. You want to say bye?